I'd like to talk camels.
So, apple?
Camels.
Camels.
Camels. So the camel people here?
Senator Vianna, would you like to talk camels?
Senator, I'll be answering camel questions tonight.
Terrific.
I remember having fun asking about this.
Okay, well,
I now might have to
everything's saved, Minister.
The clock is ticking.
So on May the 28th, when we last convened in this environment, on page 85 of the Hansard, you would remember that we had a population of around about 750,000 camels, and their recruitment rate was, we expected, and we talked about 75,000 camels. Now, I've noticed that we no longer have that many camels because on also the 28th of May 2003 on page 83, it was Mr Tucker suggested that there was between 750 and 1 million camels. How many camels are there in Australia?
I don't know. The honest answer is you don't know.
There are estimates, and those estimates have varied widely, which I think is part
Sorry?
of your, and those estimates have varied widely, which I think is part
Well,
of your
wildly or widely? did you
Widely.
say?
Both.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So okay, it's November the such and such. How many camels are there in Australia now?
The current estimate of the number of wild camels in Australia at the moment is 300,000.
Wow. So we, in the space of 6 months, have wiped out 700,000 camels. After, for 4 years, spending $16.6 million, $16.6 million, wiping out how many? How many we get rid of? 135,000 camels. We had a projected target of 350,000 in that period. In actual fact, we had a projected target cull in that program, which we spent $16.6 million of what is now 50,000 more than what we expect there to be in this country.
Sounds like bullshit to me.
One other figure, Senator.
Who's humping around the place? No, I mean really, 4 years. 4 years. 4 years. Now, Senator Back has prosecuted this case. I've been here for 2 years, 5 months and 2 weeks. This has been going on in the time that I've come to this place. It's been going on for much longer. And now we're about to have, we had a media alert go out on Friday saying there's 300,000. Now, do you reckon?
Where'd they go?
Where'd they go? Or now that all the assets that this $19 million was allocated for, they've all been saved, all the environmental assets. This was a miraculous reign, the previous government, over the camel numbers.
Where'd they go though? I mean, it's only 3. They didn't breed.
Oh, they put them into branches.
Were they all castrated so they didn't breed?
So is this like the unemployment numbers in the Adelaide northern suburbs, which, you know, if the numbers are getting a bit too high, you just lower the threshold of where you look for them?
Did you say between 800,000 and a million there a while ago?
That was our estimate
Right,
about 12
6 months
ago.
ago.
So I mean, this is obviously crap.
Well,
Does that
$16.6
mean
million worth of crap.
In the estimate, what did you allow for breeding? Baby camels. What's the annual percentage drop?
The estimate of 300,000 was based on, and look, this information comes out of Ninti 2. It was based on
Ninti One?
Yeah, Ninti One comes from better aerial surveys. I don't have the breeding rates in front of me, Senator. So
10% is the recruitment rate, apparently.
Yeah.
So you get brief for estimates, I know you do,
Fair enough.
which is fine. I prepare too. When that came out, that report of 300,000, did you know that that was coming out? That report on Friday from Ninti One? Did you know that they were going to drop that on you here for Tuesday night, Mr Talbot?
When I became
Did
aware
you
of it,
know that they were going to release a press release saying that there was 300,000 camels here and not between 750 and 1 million, as Mr Tucker gave evidence on, not 6 months ago?
Either
Here.
look, Senator, either I or my staff were aware either late Friday or over the weekend.
So they didn't tell you?
Did you think it was a lie?
Look, Senator, the only thing I can say is...
Crap.
Mr Talbot, can you just engage me in this? I need your eye contact. No, this is important. This has been going on and they've been dancing around this for a long time. All right, 300,000 camels now, and you didn't know that they were going to drop that on you.
So,
Senator, I think the officer has answered the question. He indicated...
I'm not hunting the officer. I think he's in a very difficult position. I just want to know you didn't know. You didn't know that they were going to release that information.
the first time I would have been aware of it was, as I said...
Late Friday
Late
afternoon.
Friday or over the weekend.
They've served you poorly, haven't they?
No, don't comment on that.
I can only give facts.
So we've killed 135,000 camels. Do we know whether that's right?
My understanding is that the figure is 160,000, Senator.
How would you know?
Look, when the contract finishes in December, it's like other contracts.
But we've stopped killing them now, haven't we? Now
Yeah.
we're just writing reports. We finished killing them on the 30th of June.
I agree.
Sorry, euthanasing them.
Look, there was the information I have is that 25,000 were commercially removed, 135,000 were non-commercially removed. They are responsible, just like with any other project, to account for what they've done at the end of the project, including a financial report and an outcomes
What a hospital
report.
pass you've lobbed. How do you know that that is right, given that you have been so wildly and spectacularly wrong on these numbers? Now for nearly 4.5 years, can you tell me that we have extinguished 160,000 camels out of the centre of Australia?
Look, Senator, I'd have to take that on notice as to how good the techniques are that they've used.
Do they helicopter shoot
Senator, I think it may be relevant to note, and I'm advised that the national estimates are not estimates of the department. So these are not the department's estimates
Yeah, but
of
yeah,
what
that's a good
happens
way out.
nationally.
But-
and then Mr Talbot has explained that under the contract there'll be obligations on the provider to verify
let's just
the
go
activities that
to
have
the
been
touch.
undertaken.
How do they get rid of them? By helicopter shoot?
My understanding is a lot of it is by helicopters.
They're called hydraulic and electronic shots, either to the heart or to the head.
Crap.
So, Dr. Grimes, you've inherited this as well. So, look, I get it. It all happened on a different watch. But are you likely to launch an investigation into the practices of this campaign, $16.6 million worth of taxpayers' money, and we have no idea?
How much a camel do they get?
I think as a first step, Senator, the processes that Mr Talbot has indicated still are to occur, and that is the reporting of the provider. I think the appropriate thing is to allow that to play itself out first.
But you'd be cross, Dr. Grimes. I mean, this isn't representing that well.
All right, so I mean, obviously you've got some work to do on camels. Do they get so much a head? Surely you know that.
It's worked out to $104 a head if you divide $16.6 million by
I
100.
don't realise that.
With commercial removal, I've got here in my notes, it's around $40 per head.
And so they don't have to provide you with a scalp or a tail like with a fox.
With non-commercial removal, it's around $25 to $40 per head, depending on the
But
size
how do
of
they
the cull.
how do they confirm to you that I went out and shot 300 camels?
So what I'll do is
I think I just asked that question.
I'll provide further information on notice because
Sounds like a bloody con job to me. I mean, if they haven't got a scalp or a tail or something to prove, I could say, shit, yeah, we had a good day. I shot 400 camels today.
Mr Talbot,
Albeit if you required that, then the cost of
Oh, yeah,
culling
yeah.
would be
But I mean-
substantially increased.
Mr Talbot, I apologise because I did go after you, but I'm very cross. I don't understand this. I don't get it, and I don't think you deserve.
No
to be
doubt we're all
representing it.
cross. Thank you, Senator Rhiannon.
I'll take